Hey guys, and welcome back to episode 7 of Let's Talk About It. Can you guys believe I have been consistent at something in my life? You know what they say, number 7 is the number of completion. So I'm so happy that I got to number 7 of Let's Talk About It. It's a lot of work, but I'm committed to the work. So in this series, we're talking about relationships. And on this episode, I want to talk about, can you be single and satisfied? Is that even a thing in this day and age? Let's talk about it. So I haven't got any notes on this topic at all. I didn't plan this. I've planned my other videos, so I'm just going to speak from the heart, and hopefully this encourages people out there that are single, that are waiting for Mr. Right, that are waiting for their bae, their boo, their hubby, whatever you're waiting for. I hope this can encourage you. So, my story. If you watched one of my videos, you would have seen that I talked about my boyfriend, and the last boyfriend I had was over 8 years ago, and I've been single since 2007, 2006 by choice. I have dated a few different guys, but nothing serious. Nothing has actually matured into a relationship. So I would say that I've been single for a long time for someone my age. I'm turning 25 in July, so I've been single a pretty long time. So I have a bit of knowledge and wisdom on this topic, so I hope I'll be able to do it justice. I feel like one of the things that will help you to be satisfied in your singleness is understanding this too shall pass. You are not going to be single forever. You are going to find someone and you are going to settle down. I feel like it's important to keep that hope alive, because if you don't have that hope, there are days when you get discouraged. Oh my God. Ciao. Them days you get discouraged. I'm laughing because I had one of my discouragement days just about a day or two ago. So it's going to get discouraged, and you're going to go on Instagram, you're going to go on YouTube, and you're going to see people bayed up, booed up. And you're going to be like, God, what about me? Have you forgotten about me? And in those times, it's important to understand that your situation right now is not forever. And God sees your heart. God knows exactly what you want. One thing you need to know is what you want. Know exactly what you desire. Know exactly what's going to fit the need of your heart and of your soul. And I call that a list deal breakers. On that list may be deal breakers, but the list is just a want list. What you want in a man. Like, I know personally that I know that he has to be a believer. He has to be seeking after God, chasing after God. He has to love God more than he loves me. He has to be about his purpose, his vision. He has to be loving, has to be caring, has to be a family man. He must be financially stable. Like, all these things that I have just set the bar high. And even if the one that God has for me doesn't reach that, at least I know that I've had that standard, and I'm not going to entertain anyone that falls short of that. And I was out to dinner with my sister's boyfriend the other day, because I was on the phone texting someone, and he was like, whoever that is making you laugh, he better be earning 40k minimum. And I'm not a shallow person, I don't care about money or whatever, but just that little one thing, the guy that I was talking to, no way does not make that at all. Not even the minimum. He doesn't earn that at all. And not to say that's what I'm seeking after, but I know that the guy that I was texting, he's not bae, he's not my husband. So it kind of made it easier for me to cut him off, because that standard had been raised. And it kind of made me feel sorry for that person because they fell below it. So I was just a bit like, no, just put my crown back on and kept it moving, you know? So sometimes you have to have these standards that will basically erase all of the nonsense, all the riffraff, that will basically cancel it all out. I would encourage you to write a list, exactly what you want. And I'm not talking about a drastic list like he must be earning 100k a year, he must have a car that is like a Ferrari, must drive a Lambo, must live in blah blah. These unrealistic lists, stop it, because you don't even own that. I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about a standard whereby you can say, you can be proud of that man and you really desire that man. To be very honest, most of the guys that are on our level ain't cutting it. They're not cutting it. And I'm not talking about those guys that have potential. I'm just talking about the guys that you're talking to right now. They don't even match up to what you want. but you're settling because you're lonely. Don't allow loneliness to make you settle. Honestly, honestly, honestly. And I've had those times where I felt lonely and I thought, let me just like pick up the phone and call him because I'm lonely, and maybe it might soothe my loneliness and make me feel a little bit better. But afterwards, you're like, but I don't even want you. Bye. Don't use people. That's one thing that I am very conscious of, that I'm not using people to fill my own personal void. And that brings me on to point number 2, which I only recently started doing when I spoke to one of my friends and I was like to him, yo, I'm lonely. I'm Mr. Lonely. I feel like God's forgotten about me. Why am I still single? What's wrong with me? And he was like, Breeny, have you even prayed about it? And I was like, ding, 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 ding. I have never prayed about my potential husband, my future husband. I've never prayed about him. I've never prayed to God that I wanted one. But I'm always like, but God knows my thoughts. He knows what I desire. Why do I even have to pray? But when I started to pray for him, I began to get happy and I began to get excited for the possibility of him. I prayed for him and his walk with God. I prayed for him in his businesses. I prayed for him in his finances. I was just praying for him and about him. And I said, God, when it's the right time, reveal him to me. And I pray that when he arrives, I will know him and he will know me. There won't be none of that, oh yeah, I'm not sure, I'll think about it. I've been there, done that. I'm not gonna be somebody's option. I'm not someone's side. I am the main course. I am the one. And I really truly believe that when God has put two people together, there will be no doubt about it. There will be no, is he the one? Like, I feel like for me, my story, I feel like that's how my story is going to happen. I'm going to meet him and I'm just going to know that this is him. And you know what, guys? Because I've been waiting for so long and it's such a strong desire of my heart. I know sometimes you may see me going around like, oh, so happy to be single. Oh, yeah. Living my single life. But no, it really does get hard and it really does get discouraging sometimes when you don't have someone to talk to, you don't have that companionship. I will talk about my walking stages because it hasn't always been like this. In the first few years, I was like, oh, I'm fine, don't need no guy, I'm cool, Miss Independent, little young girl doing her thing. I liked the whole dating thing. Then the next stage was I was surrounded by a lot of people. I was surrounded by a lot of friends. I was best friends with someone at the time, and it really helped me not feeling lonely or desperate for someone, because once you have good friends, guys, once you have a good set of friends or even just one best friend, like, your single season will be a breeze, because it's like, even though they're not bae, like, your friends are a relationship. They are the companionship. They are someone to talk to if you're having a bad day, like someone to give comfort when you've had a bad day or you've heard bad news. Your friends that are really there for you can be that for you. But the season that I'm in now is a really weird one, because I feel like I can count my friends on like 3 fingers, to be honest, and I don't have that like support that I used to have. So it's like, God, I just want someone that I can talk to. And also both my sisters have been single just as long as I have, or shorter, but they're now in relationships. So it's like family gatherings and family events, I'm just like the single one. They all bring their boyfriends around and stuff, and I'm just like, hi guys, you alright? Like being the little sister, you know? But I'm just like, come on, bruv. Like, so I've read a lot of single articles, I've watched a lot of single videos, and they're mostly coming from people that are married. And it's just a bit like, shut up. Like, you don't know the struggle, even though they do, because they've been there, but it's different. So you'll hear things like, enjoy your single season, you get to travel, you don't have to have any responsibilities, relationships not the be all and end all and stuff. And I completely agree with all of those things. But once you're feminine, your hormones kick in and you're just like, tick tick tick, and you're just like, yo, am I ugly? Am I too this? Am I too that? What's wrong with me? And I want to tell you guys there's nothing wrong with you, and being single is not a curse. There's so many things that you can do while you're single. There'll be times I'm at home and I'm literally just chilling, eating my popcorn, living life. Sometimes I'll turn my phone off. Oh, nobody needs to hear from me right now. Let me do me. Let me have some me time. But let me let you know that once you get into a relationship, there is no me time. There is just us. And that might sound all cutesy right now because you desire that, but sometimes you just want to get away. Sometimes you just want your own space. So enjoy your season now because you're allowed to be free without being accountable to anybody. So of course there are times when I'm just like really bummed out and I'm just like low and I'm just like lonely, and there are other times where I'm like, woo, single. Like when I went on holiday and stuff, like I'm not that type of girl, don't get it twisted, like, and I was just seeing all these hot guys and stuff and I was just like, I was like, damn, Zeddy. But you're free, man. You're free to just go out, to date responsibly, meet new people. I love meeting new people. I love meeting new guys. I love doing the odd little flirting thing, you know, just being happy and being single and just like being kind of like the center of attention, you know, or trying to catch somebody's attention. That kind of thing you can't do in your relationship. So that sometimes is fun, I mean, within reason. I've been single for 8+ years, but when I say right now, in this moment in time, I am super single, whereby I'm not talking to anybody. You know, you can be single when you're like, or you've got guys on the hotline bling, like you got guys on the speed dial, like you know there's a guy that you can just pick up and call when you're feeling some type of way. But literally right now, I don't want no crutches. I don't want anyone that I can fall back on and be like, oh, I know you're not the one, but I'm lonely. I need you to fill my needs right now. No, because I'm not bringing anybody into the picture when I know that guy is not the one. Because if that person is standing in the way, what happens when Mr. Right comes? If you got Mr. Right now, if you got Mr. Right now, what happens when Mr. Right comes in and you don't recognize him or you can't entertain him because you already got Mr. Right now in that space and in your headspace, all in your vicinity, you know? So I try my very best not to rely on anybody. Let me just say, Breeny got options, okay? Breeny got options, alright? Yeah, so don't ever get that twisted. But I use wisdom, and wisdom says, why entertain people that don't have any place in your future, or you know there's no future between you guys? Because if it was supposed to happen, it would have happened already. Why keep them around? And at the beginning of the year, I wanted to make a video and it was going to be called A Letter to My Exes. If you guys still want to see that video, let me know. But it was basically a letter to my exes and saying I'm cutting off all ties. Because you know you have those guys that they're not bae, but you'll go out cinema, they'll take you out there, like they'll be talking to you, texting you, blah 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 blah. But they're not bae, but they're just kind of hanging around, looking for the opportunity where you're weak to just like slide in there. Like I was just like, nah, I'm done with it, like because I'm looking for Mr. Right. I don't want Mr. Right now. I don't want maybe. I don't want maybe. I want him. I want the one. Do you know what I mean? So I'm at a place now where I'm just like done with the rubbish. Like I'd rather be single and lonely right now than single and lonely in the future. When these girls that are now in relationships, like the relationships that you see on Instagram and YouTube, some of them may be actually really authentic and real. I'm not doubting that. But the longevity of these relationships are questionable. They may be really happy right now. The people that you envy on social media, like the relationship goals that you envy on social media, they may be really good right now. But who's to say that in 5 years, in 2 years, in a year, that relationship is still going to be existing? Like you'll be saying goals for no reason because they have no future. it was just like a right now situation. And people change at the end of the day, so you never know what may happen in situations. So I don't envy. I do not. One thing I don't do is envy anybody's relationship, because all that glitters is not gold, honey. It's not gold. So don't compare your life to somebody else's, because you have no idea what's going on in that relationship. And even if that relationship is perfect, it's not yours. So do not compare and do not envy anybody's relationship. So lastly, the last tip that I'm going to leave you with is to stay focused. So have an end goal. If it's marriage, if it's children, if it's a house in the country, whatever it is, keep that end goal. Even if it's a fantasy, it's better than what it is right now. Sometimes our current situation may actually drive us crazy. So we must always keep a future hope in our minds and work towards that. And girls, if you're single right now, know that this will pass. Like, it's not that deep, honestly. And if you're single and you've got like guys hanging around, I just want to say be careful, because that space that is meant to be reserved for your husband or whoever, your long-term partner, he may come and you may miss it because you're entertaining Bozo the clown, you know. I've got two tips for you guys, because I know that we've got to be practical about these things. I would say that whoever you're looking for, go to the place where that person may be. So I was watching a few husband tags on YouTube, and there was this two Christian couple, and they were gorgeous, and they met each other not in the church but in Christ. And it's like, if you're looking for that person, you're only gonna find them in that particular place. So it may be church, it may be a church gathering, it may be an event, it may even be at the supermarket, but put yourself in a place where you can attract that kind of person. Or let's say, for argument's sake, this is not serious, but some girls may actually want this kind of guy. But if you're looking for someone rich, you're gonna have to go in the vicinity of, you're gonna have to go to the places where rich people hang out. So if you are looking for somebody, which I don't believe girls should go looking, that's another thing, but I feel like we should be able to put ourselves in places whereby we can be seen. Like, you can't be like, I want to get married, but you never go out, you don't have a social life, you don't talk to nobody. When you go out, your mouth is still stush and like, don't talk to me, I'm just here to be pretty. Like, you kind of have to put yourself out there. And to go off of the back of that point, I don't believe in chasing nobody. Like, even tonight, like, I'm supposed to be going out tonight, but I had to check myself and be like, what am I really going out for? And I used to be that girl that went out to, not to pull guys, that was back in the day, but I used to just go out just to put myself out there, like, can you see me? Can you see all of this? All of this? All of this? I just used to want to go out so that I can, like, maybe meet someone. I used to be like, oh, maybe my husband's going to be there, let me go. But now I've got to a place of trusting God where I'm just like, he can find me anywhere. He can find me anywhere. And I don't have to go out and force anything. And I'm just not that person anymore. I'm not going to force anything. I feel like my husband's going to know me when he sees me. And I don't feel like I have to do way too much like I used to be doing. Like, I used to be like, you're going to see me tonight. Like, I'm going to wear my best dress. I'm going to find a man. And my thing is that I'm not looking for just any man, because if I was, I would have found him a long time ago. Trust me. So I'm looking for a particular type and a particular standard, and I'm going to wait, and I'm going to trust God for it. So I would say, if you're Christian and you're waiting on him, you're waiting on your husband, be patient. He's coming. Pray about him. Pray about it, because it gives you peace and it gives you excitement. And yeah, just know that he's on his way, man. He's on his way. And I guess you guys that are watching me, like 20 to 30, I've got friends that are single and 30 and stuff. And I don't believe in a time clock. I believe whenever it's supposed to happen, it will happen for you. So guys, don't be too discouraged. I'm literally in a place where everybody around me is in a relationship. So you guys haven't got it bad. Like, you haven't got it bad, but trust in the Lord with all of your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. All of your ways, acknowledge him, and he will direct your steps. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Mwah.